It's Dragon Ball time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Superhero Gohan Beasts. This is the next form of evolutions, of transformations in the Dragon Ball universe. And a movie I actually just recently watched. The Dragon Ball Superheroes movie, it was alright, but as Super goes, it was full of nostalgia, and that is exactly what this design is. We basically have an adult Gohan with his Super Saiyan 2 crazy hair that was going on during the Cell fight when he first turned Super Saiyan 2. Now in a gray paint job. And we call it Gohan Beast. I still think it looks pretty cool, so I wanted to have a look at it, and let's go. Size of the Gohan, he stands at about, let's see, first and foremost, to the top of the head, it's kind of like 14 centimeters, but if we're going to the top of the hair, that's like almost 17, really to the tippy top. As for your inches, we are going up to 5.5 pretty much, and a little over, well, almost 6.6 I think to the top of the hair. Size comparisons.
Here's Jolter, the SH Figuarts Son Goku, Naka Michelangelo, SH Figuarts Orange Piccolo, SH Figuarts Pan, and Darkseid.
Overall look in detail, the obvious question I asked myself when I looked at this figure, is it the same as the Gohan we had before? And I feel like the gi's a little bit brighter, but that they tend to do that when there's like aura involved, that brightens everything up a little bit. And for the most part, the muscle work, the arms, everything look the same. You do have some battle damage, obviously on the figure in general. I don't like this hole though. It seems like you can connect something in there, but it just looks weird. I don't know, the way it's shaped and whatnot. The biggest difference is obviously we do have some articulation in the torso over here, and on this figure you have like a soft plastic shirt that goes over it. Couldn't find the word there. And more battle damage in the pants, a couple of random holes. But yeah, I mean overall it is the same body, and on one hand I don't want to complain about that too much because this body I feel like it's really good. I still am a big fan of this Gohan. So that they're going back to that body mold is fine, but then again we go back also to the Bandai premium price point where it becomes less fine. But regardless, I still want to have a more detailed look at this figure in general. Face sculpt, I mean they've really been nailing the face sculpt lately. I always go back to how they just like kept jumping back and forth, painting around the eyes, then not painting around the eyes. I think it looks really good. Got like the angry look on his face with the red eyes. The big hair is crazy. I kind of love it. It's yeah, it's also in the gray, and for the most part also I don't think we have a lot of paint on it. I think that's like another premium Bandai, by the way, which has a lot of unpainted plastic. So from what I can tell, I don't think the hair is painted, and the body mold also seems to be also unpainted. We do have, I think, the black on the wristband, and soft plastic obviously is not painted. That's just purple plastic, like purple blue-ish, whatever. I'm a bit colorblind, so is this blue or is this purple? Let me know down in the comments. Down to the shoes, which are definitely not painted, just like more plastic. But I mean, overall, aesthetically pleasing. Body mode looks great, and a little bit of battle damage is a cool addition that we got that, but other than that, I mean, it's basically the same as that. This guy over here, with some changes. And the crazy hair, obviously. But let's move on to the articulation. So, for the face sculpt, this is, by the way, one that loves to disconnect. As you can tell, moving it back and forth, it just pops off. So might as well have a look on that. You have a dumbbell joint, so you have some free rotation in it, but the face will fall off quite frequently. Then we have the neck articulation, can move back and forth. And I don't think if there's anything side-to-side movement, you just don't have any range. Yeah, you can rotate it, so it's probably on a ball, as the head just completely pops off. Alright, very cool. Then we have the shoulder articulations. Let me move that one up. It's quite blocked in there, but we do have a hinge that I think is just on a ball, so you can bring it back and forth. And this is also soft plastic, so it's kind of getting tangled up, and I don't really like it. I preferred the regular Gohan version. Got a swivel over here, double hinged elbow, plastic stuff, and a ball hinge in the fist. Also, it's fairly standard for your Japanese figures. And we have the back and forth motion. in the chest area. Can also be rotated. It's a little, because of the rubber, it gets a little bit held back. And I really wonder if this rubber will hold up the test of time. That's always the problem with rubber. Some people always talk about these Storm collectibles, the old ones. Mine are still fine, but some having issues with the rubber, just kind of deteriorating. So I don't know. Never been too much of a fan. But you can rotate the hips and back to the legs. I showed you real quick why I was talking about rubber. Out to the side, it doesn't go to the back because of the butt. Can rotate it on the thigh swivel over here. Double hinged knees, which look fairly good. Obviously with the knees and the big puffy pants is always a bit of a challenge. Then you can swivel the foot and can bring it back and forth on the cleverly hidden ball hinge in there. And also to side very nicely, and also have a toe hinge. Great stability in general. I feel like also the joints do their job of keeping up some very cool poses. So the selection of hands is really weird in this figure, so I just want to focus on that one. We got the Makanko Suppo hand, just the 2 fingers. You could probably do other weird things with that. Then we got some booby grab hands, well, blast hands. And we got some different blast hands. Again, just a little bit more angle, just kind of pushing a little bit more. Then we got some different blast hands. Well, I guess these are more like fighting poses and whatnot. So we don't have like chop hands or like open hands even. We only have fist hands, and we have like posing hands and blasting hands. We have the crossed arm accessory feature, which is one of my favorites. I think this is just making the figure look really cool, really clean. If you want to have the crossed arms and don't have any weird joints sticking out, there you go. You can have this, and I think it's nicely molded this time. Even though, like, shouldn't there be? Well, no, the thumb kind of gets covered up by the shirt somewhat. Then we have the faces. We have the angry face with the red eyes, where he still has the black hair, and then we also got the evil smirk with the gray hair, obviously. And then we got the other angry face with the gray hair, and the one where he's yelling but kind of smiling. Or is that just me? So obviously we don't get like black hair. If you wanna use this face, you're gonna have to do it on this figure. Yeah, buy another figure, idiots. That's not me saying that, that's Bandai saying it. But we do get a beautiful Makanko Suppo energy effect, and boy oh boy is this thing nice, and is it blue. Yes, but anyway, I think it looks very cool, but it's hard plastic, so be aware. Be careful not to break it off. Has a little bit of white on the front and the hole for the pack, because you do get a nice base with another dumbbell joint with the 2 balls on each side, and you can rotate it in there. Also very stiff, so once again, it's see-through plastic. Be careful not to break these things off. Final thoughts, and this is a weird one. Premium Bandai, premium price point, barely any paint, but lots of cool accessories and a different form that they could have just packaged in with the previous Gohan if they added the hair sculpt. But we did get the slightly battle damaged outfit, I guess. Also, the more I look at it, I feel like there's a little bit of light shading on the lower half of his hair. But depending on how the light hits it, you don't see it as much, so. Yeah, overall the figure's solid, looks great, has, as I mentioned, a bunch of cool accessories. Big fan of this Makanko Suppo energy effect. That one's great. But other than that, it's mostly recycled sculpt from the previous Gohan. They did like the weird plastic top for whatever reason, so it's kind of a hard sell. The price point is just too high, but overall I like the figure, so I feel like I can recommend the figure in general if you're fine with the price, or if you're like a huge fan of the Gohan Beast version, then it's fine. For everybody else, I feel like it's a pass, because it's expensive. And that's it. Figure's great though. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Gohan Beast. What's